full site editor, often abbreviated as FSE, is a software tool that's built into your installation of WordPress. And this is part of WordPress. Now, some themes take advantage of it, other themes do not. Now, how do you edit and adjust your websites with the full site editor? Well, the way this primarily works is by way of blocks and sections and your templates. So if we click over here for templates, these are all the different templates currently installed with this theme, and they control their respective vertical. So for example, we have blog home right there. So what is that controlling? So let's navigate back over here to the WordPress dashboard. We have homepage and blog. I have created these two dedicated pages right there. So let's click over here for settings. We'll go to reading, click on static page. Homepage is homepage. Post page would be blog page. We'll click on save changes. There we go. Okay, so let's navigate back to pages. Now you can see blog, and blog is taking the post page. So what's the post page? Would be blog home. So let's click over here for that. We'll click into this and exit away from that. And over here you have the template. So blog home. See how it says blog home? It says blog home right there. This template, your template is right there. See how it says template, blog home, boom, template, blog home. So if I want to control the look and feel of this, the template is going to override any design. If I add in blocks over here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I add in anything over here, because if I want to control the design of that, I have to navigate to the template, click into the template, then edit and adjust the template. If that makes any sense. So that's why the full site editor can be a little bit confusing for some people. Now let me close out of this. Let's close out of that. Yep, we'll leave that. And let's go back to appearance and jump over here to the editor. Now I went ahead and established a home page to be the front page. So that's just what's called front page. A lot of people refer to it as home page. But right here, the template, as you can see, it's taking the pages template. Well, I don't want that. I don't want this to be taking this template right here, the pages template, where it shows, like, if I click over here for pages, right here is the feature image, your H1 title tag, and then the content block. I don't want that. I want to have a custom design homepage. So we have to add in a template. So let's go over here to add template. And then we have our front page template right there. Let's go ahead and add that in. And now you have two options. Either you can just choose a design over here that you like and go with that. If you click on skip, then you have a completely blank design. Now editing with this is pretty fun and easy. I'm going to show you that. This is why people like the full site editor and the block builder with WordPress. So couple things right away. Let's click over here to show the settings and click over here for designs. And this shows you the designs that popped up if you're just curious as to how to navigate back to that. I'm going to X away from that. I'm going to go ahead and click on plus, browse. Then you want to click on patterns. And your patterns I describe as like sections, blocks, whatever. You can just click and add something to your site. So let me just show you a quick example. So let's go over here to headers. The top section of your website is called the header. So click on that. There we go. Okay, so we have a couple different headers that we can use. I quite like this one right there. Click on that. That looks great. So X away from that. Looks good. Okay, so then you can just add items to the block right here. Add in a call to action right there, and so forth. Maybe make this a little bit smaller like that. There we go. Now, if I want to add in more, just go up here to the plus sign. Go back over here to patterns. Maybe click over here for the about section. And let's go ahead and add in maybe this one right here. Boom. Let's add in that. And there we go. X away from that. And that looks good. So we got the header section right there. We have this block right there. Click on that. Maybe make that less big. Anyways, I want to add in another block. There we go. Same thing. It's that simple. That's why people like this. So let's have a call to action as well. And I'll go ahead and add in, we'll say this one right there. There we go. Okay. So we have this section right there, this section right here, this section right there. If you want to move any section around, you click on it. Then you have little arrows right there. And then you can move things around. And so this is why people like the full site editor, because this is how you edit and adjust your site. Very easy. So just like add in sections via the plus sign right there, via your patterns. Then you have different blocks as well. And then down over here, and then just again, you want to add in additional blocks, you click on the plus sign, you can add in browse all, add in different blocks to this section over here, and so forth. So that's really what you can do with this. That's why it's quite powerful. So let's click over here. Actually, let me add in a footer. Patterns, and a footer is your bottom of your website. So it's a nice footer right there. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so that looks good overall. Quick, easy design for the homepage. Looks good. Let's can build this out a lot more. Let's click on save. All right, so there we go. Let's click and get out of that. Anyway, so that's how you add in different sections using the full site editor and what's not. So it's quite helpful. I go more into detail with how to properly design different websites with the full site editor later in the course. This is going to be a high level overview. And so that's really it. So I just want to make the point that you're editing via templates. Now we have this front page design over here. If I navigate over here to the home page, let's reload the page. As you can see, there's nothing over here. There's absolutely nothing. It's completely blank. This is the home page, but it's inheriting the template, front page template page. So even if I add in blocks over here, it doesn't matter because the template overrides whatever the design is over here. Okay, because this is like the content section. So what that specifically means is, let me navigate down here and let's click on this right there, and we'll click on plus over here, and I'll type in content. All right, so content, this is the content block. It will display all the blocks in any single post or page. So if I click over here for the content block, this is now will display whatever I put in over here. So if I have some type of pattern over there, we'll just say, actually, I'll keep it simple. I'll type in hello world. Keep it that simple right there. And maybe add in like, I don't know, let's go ahead and add in like maybe a quick little contact page. Yeah, we'll add in that little section right there. Click on save. All right, there we go. Click on save, save. Okay, X away from that. Let's reload this. And now we should see the content. Yeah, there we go. You have the content section right there. Hello world, and this block that we added in, that I added in over here on the homepage because I added in a content block. I don't recommend doing this, by the way. Now, if you're going to edit like the homepage template, don't add in the content block. But so we can just get rid of that over there. Boom. I would just stick to different structured blocks over here with your patterns and just add that in over here. Then click to customize each element to your liking. And finally, with the full sites editor, if we click in over here again, we click over here for block, you have specific granular control over specific blocks. So if I click on that block, you see like specific details for this block right here, for this image and so forth. If I click over here for the text, then it gives me different styles right there. Now, if I click over here for templates, it just tells me what I'm doing right there. Now, if you're like, what's this little circle? This right here is your styles, your broad styles for your entire website. That element right there, let me back out of that, is the same as this. So it's exactly the same. So if you're just want to browse styles, you want a completely different style, the kind of base level style to change your site around, you can play around with this. But again, this controls the whole entire theme. I like to have a custom theme and custom look and feel of the site, so I usually just leave it as default, but totally up to you. But just remember, styles are broadly speaking for the entire site. Anyways, that's it for the full site editor.